as of March 2026, Jaylen Brown, who I think actually most of us in here think he should definitely be in the MVP conversation, if not leading it, is averaging about 28, just over 28, 7-5, leading that Celtics team and having them in a spot that's been in the top 3 damn near all season, especially as JT was sidelined for majority of that. My question to start the convo on this subject is, JB says that the MVP criteria constantly moves, and just every time he seems to meet the bar, it's not there for him. Is being punished for that Celtics depth and that system and the way that they've been able to move without JT hurting him? And is he the clear cut MVP for keeping Boston at that number 2 seed without JT?
I mean, when it comes to the MVP in the NBA, like the standard has always been like the MVP goes to the best player on the best team, right? Or it goes to the best player on a team that's doing the most with the least amount of help, right? But I don't know what the media's agenda is or critique of JB is. I don't know what they have against him. It's just baffling. Like what he's done this season was not expected at all.
Crazy. Yeah.
But yet the only thing they're highlighting on JB on, big media platforms is that shit that was going on with his hair. That's it. That's all they was talking about was him leaving stains on niggas' jerseys. All right, and they just completely ignored the fact that he's carried this team to a second seed in the East when they were supposed to finish last. They were projected to finish last and 16th overall in the NBA. But all you want to talk about is him and his Beijing hairline. That just shows that they're not even watching or paying attention or acknowledging the situation of the Celtics right now, what he's done for them. So, I mean, I see his frustration because I have a strong feeling they're going to find some way to hoe him and not give him first team All NBA. I seriously see that happening. They're going to try to hoe him. I'm not saying he don't deserve it, but I seriously see them trying to like hoe him in some way.
I genuinely hope not. Go ahead, Kyle.
I said that'd be crazy. I just don't think the media is taking him serious. Like when he won the MVP, there was an argument about when he won the MVP. There's an argument about his left hand. He couldn't hoop. He couldn't go to his left. And now it's like you said, they talking about his Beijing one, and they talking about what he's actually doing for the Celtics when they were projected to do nothing. And then they're just not taking him serious as good of a player he is.
Mm-hmm. Now, Chris, obviously JB is your guy that we all know, and you've been around the league long enough to see perspectives that go higher up. When a player publicly questions MVP or really any criteria in terms of the league, does that help their case or hurt their reputation around the league going forward?
That's a great question and a tough one. I think he needs to say something because for me to meet the MVP race is a popularity contest, and he is not looked upon from a popularity contest the way he would like to be. So I think you can't just sit on the side and just continue to hope, that it's going to go down, that you're going to continue to get the people going to start liking you. And I'm not saying that he's not liked. I'm simply saying that he's not the most popular guy, to be perceived as that guy, right? He's playing with a light skinned brother. You feel me?
They don't push dark skin, dude.
Yeah, they playing with a light skin. And who's a darling of the league, you know what I mean? Like it just is what it is. So he knows that, I believe. So coming out and speaking about it, that's who he is, right? He calls people out. He calls out the shoe industry. He calls out agent industry. He calls people out. He doesn't have a problem with sharing his thoughts, and I believe that he should. From a value standpoint, I believe it puts people on the clock, right? Like you bring some attention to it, and then if he falls in the voting, if he's fifth, fourth, eighth, whatever it is in the voting, then he put an emphasis on that. Put a target on the voters' back a little bit of like, damn, dude had a good point. Why do y'all have him so low? Because I believe that he knows that he probably won't win it just off popularity. Although I believe that the criteria, if we're talking about
Yeah,
I
that's
thought
a
that
good
was
point.
If you
Yeah, that's
remove
a
him
good
off the team based off what was it like how good would Boston be if he wasn't on the team? So I believe that was the criteria that Steve Nash used when he got 2 MVPs. That criteria was the same argument that Jaylen would have right now.
Yeah, that's a really good point. Jaylen or K this year, I don't see an argument for anybody else. Yeah, I mean, especially with
I said
the
something.
restrictions. Yeah. Now, Aaron, Ashley, as a player, how frustrating? Because I mean, we've all competed for awards, but how frustrating can it become when narratives like that start to outweigh what you're actually doing on the court? Again, when you're up for these awards, or at least should be in talking points.
Ashley, you got this.
I think you muted.
Can't hear you.
Muted.
Oh, sorry. I think that's incredibly frustrating. And I also think that it's not even always about the award. You can see that and experience that when you're trying to fight for minutes, when you're trying to fight for a spot, when you're like in every aspect that often outweighs what's actually happening. And I think that that's definitely doing a misservice to players, to the team, and to realistically giving who deserves what needs to get what they deserve. So yeah, I would say that it's beyond frustrating.
Yeah, I mean, it's just tough, man. It seems like Chris said, it's a popularity contest, and when it comes to popularity contest, whoever's voting, it's based on whether or not they like you. All right, and it just seems like media members just don't like Jaylen for whatever reason. Maybe like in an interview or whatnot, he kind of slighted somebody, or he didn't answer the question the way they wanted to. So, all right, I'll remember this when it's time for me to vote for you for an accolade. All right. And to that, I say, get out your fucking feelings. God damn.
Everybody voting with emotions instead of facts.
Exactly. Like, get out your fucking feelings.
I mean,
like, I'm sorry. I didn't answer the question the way you wanted me to, so you can get your rocks off in your fucking little blog or your article and shit like that. And like, dog, take that shit out of it. Watch the game. When you watch it, are you seeing MVP caliber status? Are you acknowledging the fact that he has carried this team for literally the entire season when nobody expected shit? Take that into consideration.
Right.
Comment on TikTok.
That's crazy.
Like, why would that don't even make no sense?
Yeah.
No, I think D, let me I think that the thing about the MVP is not just numbers, right? It's always the timing, it's a storyline, and it's opportunity. I think JB is, he's, first of all, you got to keep your name in the conversation by communicating and, using a platform. If nobody else is going to use it and speak about you, then you speak about it yourself. And then I think he needs more of that. He needs a storyline, you know what I mean? And now that his running mate is back, I'm not so sure how much that's going to help his case. So coming out publicly right now is good timing, if you will, to kind of keep his name in the conversation and hopefully help push the narrative of his storyline.
I will say real quick, the same reason LeBron doesn't have 15 MVPs
Right.
is the same reason Jaylen Brown won't win this MVP. It's not happening. And I got no reason to side with him. I have a deep-seated hate for the Celtics. He is the clear MVP. He won't win it. It's just that simple.
So then 2 questions off that. First, before we get to your deep-rooted hate for Boston, is this accurate? Is it either Jaylen or Cade this year?
It
should be.
It should be, but they're gonna most likely give it to SGA.
That's ridiculous. I can't.
I'm not saying he should get it. I'm just saying.
No, I know.
That's where it's leaning towards, especially since he just broke that 20-point consecutive streak.
Yeah.
That Wilt held for a whole damn near 75 years or whatever the case may be, and his team is number one. All right.
He didn't play enough. And I mean, clearly you can see if you take him off, I'm not saying they're the best team. They're still capable of doing what they're doing with him hurt when he was off.
Yeah.
And you look at Detroit and you look at the Celtics, you take away Cade, you take away JB, it's disturbing. They're not going to do, they wouldn't do anything. They wouldn't have a winning record. They'd be exactly where they were before. And the Celtics would be where everyone thought they should have been. So it's those two.
Yeah, I'm with you. Like,
yeah,
I get it, but I just see where they're leaning towards.
Mhm.
Like, they're trying to discredit JB, and they're trying to say that if Cade, Cade's been having a stretch of bad games towards the end of the season, and the only person that I guess is, thriving right now and still being consistent is SGA. So they're going to be like, all right, makes sense. I feel like the last 20 games of an NBA season determines. It's cool, but the one at the bottom is rubbing me wrong. Bitch, I don't give a fuck. First of all, why you want me to rub you anyway? Weird ass nigga.
I appreciate you, bro. Thank you. That's nice of you.
Damn.
That's crazy.